question. Glasses on and off. Which one?
You can keep them on.
Is it a glare? Are we good? We all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's been how long?
A year and so.
Yeah, it's been a whole year since we've done this. This is your fault.
How?
Because this is your idea.
I know it was my idea and I couldn't come up with anything to talk about.
It's not her fault, folks. We definitely just let time get away from us, honestly. Hold on, where are her manners at? My name is Derek.
My name is Marquita.
This is our podcast, The Opposite Still Attract Podcast. Welcome back after 12 months. What, 13 months? I don't know.
14 months.
It ain't been 14 months. Come on now. Give us a little bit more credit than that. It's been 1 year, according to YouTube, it's been 1 year since we've done this. So we may be, I would say, a little rusty, but not too bad because, I make content all the time. She's
Do it here and there.
Yeah, she's dibbling and dabbling into making content. So chit-chatting on camera really shouldn't be that much of an issue, honestly. So, but we are back again with another episode of the Opposite Still Attract podcast. This is not, the break, if you want to call it that, was not intentional. Once again, when you don't prioritize something and you're not intentional about following through with it, life can just be like the wind and just take you away. Because much like some of you out there who watch this podcast, we got kids, we work.
Being busy.
Yeah, just a lot of different things that are like, that fill in those gaps. And then stuff like this just kind of, takes a back seat, unfortunately. But it was never our intention to take this long to come back and make a podcast. It really wasn't. But we just feel like now is a good time. I'd say our schedules are still busy.
Yeah.
We're still busy, but what's that old saying? When there's a will, there's a way. And when you really, really want to do something, you will carve out the time to do it. You'll do that. A lot of things have changed between our last podcast and this podcast.
Yep.
One of the obvious things, if you've watched all of the previous episodes, the setting. The setting looks different. Do you want to
We got a bigger setting.
Yeah.
An area we just moved recently in May. It's a lot more space here. So it was an idea. I was like, what are we going to do with this space? So I was like, why don't we just bring our podcast back? If we can do it. So we got a bigger space. We definitely need bigger space. Like, from our previous place where we stay, we was overgrown with that. So we need a bigger space. And this space right here is a perfect spot for a podcast. So I was like, why don't we just fix it up real nice and then however you want to call it. And then, so that's why we come back and do it. We are trying to be consistent. We are going to be consistent at doing this every week. So
I like how you corrected it instead of saying we're going to try to be consistent, but they said, no, we're going to be consistent, because, social media, some people love it, some people don't love it. One thing is for sure is that it's full of people telling their story. It's full of people giving information. It's full of people educating people. It's full of people trying to help people, and then there's so few people that are just being messy and not really helping much of anybody, honestly. But we feel like we have a lot to offer, and you don't think so? Like, honestly, like if we were just talking amongst ourselves, like, what can we really do for people? What can we really say that can help people throughout life? And then we just stopped and we thought about it, like, look how long we've been together. Look how much we've been through. The hurdles, the highs and the lows, like, you know, where we are right now, it's not something that happened overnight.
Yeah.
You know, it was something that occurred over the course of many years. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we have a lot of information that we can share, a lot of insight that we can give. So that's why, you know, we decided to do this. Well, from the beginning, really, but to prioritize it once again. I hate that so much time went by because, you know, I was streaming yesterday on my personal channel, and I said something to my audience. I said, you know, it is selfish to not create content. It's selfish to, like, keep your mouth closed. It's selfish to keep the thoughts that would help somebody up here, because as long as they're here, they don't do anything for anybody. And there's a term for that now called gatekeeping. So it's like, oh, so you know something, or you've been through something and you overcame something and you're going to keep it to yourself? Come on, man. What is that doing for society? What is that doing, you know, for people? And it's not doing anything for people. It's hurting people, if anything, because once again, you know something that could help people, and keeping it to yourself. And we just feel like this isn't just something for us to do, although this is something that we do together. We try to do everything together, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we try to do everything together, which is something that we didn't do, you know, many years ago. And this is just one of those type of things that we can do together. We can spend time together as we do it, but also present something to the world that can help them out, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, was that your intentions, like, when you came up with this idea?
I don't even know I can't remember why I came up with this idea. I thought it'd be something that we can do together as a couple. You know, share our thoughts about things and, you know, marriage, kids, being parents, business owners. So, yeah, I just thought it would be something that we can do together.
Right. Right. So, you know, like we said in the beginning here, it's been a year since we've done this. I mean, what do you want to bring up as far as, like, what happened between that year? I'm trying to give her the mic.
Not as much.
Give her the flow, ma'am. That's one thing that we are trying to break out of this one. We're trying to break the silence. I can't count how many people have come to me and said, man, like, she's so quiet. I said, man, she talks, you know, she's selective.
When I have an open mind, like, you know, something comes to my mind, I do say stuff.
Yeah, don't let her fool you. You know, this is Big Mama right here, man. Like, she quiet if you want to, but no, there's a lot of things, and I just want the world to see that. You know, because, you know, it seems like every time I'm involved with a podcast, I tend to, no matter who I'm with, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else, I tend to be the one to just dominate the conversation. And I'm trying to work on that and trying to have a respectful dialogue versus it being a monologue and me just bomb rushing the whole show when it's not my show. It's our show. Yeah. You know, and there's going to be some segments coming in the future of, you know, not just this setting right here, but a lot of other things too. You may see, she just recently started gardening. You want to tell them about that?
Oh, I just started gardening like last week. So just like, I don't know nothing about it or anything. So it's just a little short video that I made. I put it on my TikTok page. I put links in the bio description, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I have a TikTok channel, so I'm basically doing everything that's like lifestyle content. It ain't gotta be just gardening, it could be anything else that have to do with lifestyle content. It could be working out, I don't know what you want to call it, gardening, journaling, anything, art, creativity, something. whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah.
So.
And that's okay. People enjoy lifestyle content. They enjoy, I don't know, people nosy.
Yeah. They want to see what's going on in your life.
They want to see everything. That they want to know what you drive. They want to know where you live. They want to know what type of toothpaste you use.
Everything.
They want to know what you're cooking. Now, we ain't doing all of that. I mean, y'all ain't about to get a tour of my house, man. Y'all ain't about to get that. You know, you're not about to hear anything that you ain't got no business hearing either. But at the same time, you know, you can create lifestyle content and make it interesting while still keeping that level of security and you know, just privacy, so to speak. You know, because we are private people.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something that we ever thought we would be doing, especially you.
Nope, not at all.
No, this is not something that we thought we would ever be doing. But at the same time, I mean, look, why would you want to hide this face? You know, I think, look at that camera right there.
What?
That one really makes you look pretty. This one does too. That one, you know, I'm just saying. I got a beautiful wife. I do. You know, I got to tell you that.
Yeah, you do.
You know, you look beautiful.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, all right. So, this episode's not going to be very, very long. We really didn't want to do anything extensive the first time coming back after a year, because I got a lot of editing to do since I'm the one that has to do that type of stuff. So I don't want to edit a really long video. So we already had a topic that we wanted to discuss because we feel like this is a problem in a lot of marriages. And if you didn't know, this podcast is a Christian-based podcast, okay? When I say that, you know, we have biblical principles, right, that we apply to our lives, to our marriage, to parenthood, all of and above. So in this episode, we want to talk about just the importance of knowing, you know, when to cut back, you know, from your kids. And I know that sounds bad. And I'm talking specifically to married people.
Yeah. I'm
not talking boyfriend, girlfriend, no. Nah, this ain't safe for you. You need to go ahead and do it right. Go get married. I don't want to hear, I'm gonna pay $5,000 for a ring, or $20,000 for a wedding. Where do we get married?
At a courthouse.
At a courthouse. At a courthouse. And I didn't spend 4 digits on her ring either. Okay? Don't you like your ring? Yeah. So stop with the excuses and go get married and do it the way that God wants you to do it, because if you don't, he ain't blessing you. That's probably gonna be a short right there on YouTube. So I'll say it again, if you're not married and you're in a relationship, God ain't blessing you. No, you're in trouble. Like, you're in hot water. So do it correctly. Now, let's get back to the married folks. A lot of y'all out there got kids. We got kids. How many kids we got?
3.
3 kids. Tell them their ages.
18, 11, and 10.
Yes, and that's another thing we forgot to mention. Our oldest son graduated high school this year. So shout out to him for graduating high school. A very, very, very emotional, awesome moment. We're so happy for him as he begins his life as a young adult going out into the world. Yes, he does still stay home. We're not those type of parents that just kick our kids out when they turn 18. I think that's ridiculous. So. But a lot of you out there have kids, and I have seen husbands and wives have so many problems with their children, right? To the point where mom and dad are always arguing or they're upset because of the kids. You know, why don't you tell them some of the things that parents get busy with their children?
Like kids' life, basically. So we don't have our kids in sports. So that's the most important thing. I know parents are busy with their kids in sports.
Yes.
So that could be one thing. that. I mean, I understand you want your kids to be busy and all, but I don't see, I mean, you should also take a break from it as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, having them be sports all year round is like crazy. I mean, we haven't been through it, but I see it and I watch it, and I hear about it. So, yeah, I mean, we had one of our kids in sports one time.
Yeah.
And it was fine, but it's like, you work, you do homework, and then you go straight to practice. And then by the time you're home, it'd be like 8, 9 o'clock. So you basically don't have time for each other because then you got to start all over the next day, So.
Yes. A lot of people that I know who have kids, and this is nothing against.
Yeah, it's nothing against like other people's and families and sports and stuff.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just we made a decision to not do it. I think partially of that reasoning is because we don't really care for sports ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't really watch sports like that, so it wasn't ever something that we ever desired our kids to do. But we do know that there are parents who travel. They go as far as to travel with their kids, as far as like going to baseball tournaments, basketball tournaments and stuff. And that's all fine, but how much of that are you investing in that more than your marriage? Because again, like you said, there's some people who go so hard with their kids and their sports, and they're at practices, they're at games, and they get home late, and they're so tired that their mom and dad barely even get a moment to talk to themselves, or even a moment to ask, hey, how was your day? How are you feeling? Things like that, the little things that people tend to forget, but are very, very, very important.
Yeah.
That just saying, like the text messages, right? We'll text me and her. Like I said, we've been together for 21 years, but we'll still like do the little things. We'll text each other. She may be at work, or I may be at work, or just something as little as have a great day. Things like that. You're investing into your marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I've known people to put their kids before their marriages, doing things like sleeping in the kids' rooms. The kid can't sleep. Now, I understand you got a baby.
Yeah, it's different with a baby. Because I never slept in the kids' room, but when it was babies, I sleep in the living room with them.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that was a long time ago, of course, but that was kind of, it was stressful. It did put a little strain on us, when it comes to like just us having our the time that we have by ourselves and stuff like that. And I just think a lot of parents make that mistake of putting the kids up here and then putting themselves here. I've literally heard parents say that. Like, I'm all about my kids before my husband, my kids before my wife. I'm like, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Let us always remember that it wouldn't be no kids if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Mom and dad. There would be no kids. Like, your children are the byproduct of your union. They should not be coming in between your union. They just shouldn't at no point. Now, that's not to say neglect your kids. Now, let me make that disclaimer. I'm not saying just neglect your children and don't spend any time with them, but don't put more time into your kids than you do your spouse. Don't do that. Because I've seen it happen time and time again where parents will do it the other way around and then they're drained. Okay? A little bit later down the line, the kids get older, they're grown, and mom and dad don't even know each other. Because they didn't invest any time into one another, they didn't spend time together, they missed out on moments with one another, all because they were pouring so much into their kids. That's that. I think, and unfortunately, I've seen marriages come to an end. Like, I've talked to adult kids and they would say like, yeah, my parents got a divorce. Like, they just stuck it out while we were kids. just to keep the home whole.
Yeah.
And so that they wouldn't confuse the children with separating and stuff, so they stayed together. And it was all because they didn't spend any time together.
Yeah.
They didn't fall in love with each other, like, constantly. Like, it's an everyday thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you, I'm gonna let you, give an example, right? Yeah, because, I feel like I'm taking over again.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It matters because this is not my podcast. This is your podcast too, okay? So why don't you give them an example of how I treat you every day?
By like what?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, you treat me good every day. You send a text message. And then some days you take me shopping. If I, want to, you'd be asking, do I need clothes? Sometimes I say yes or no. But, if you want to spend the money, you do it. Take me get my nails and feet done. So, yeah. I don't ask for a lot, but you're willing to do the things that you want to do. So.
Yeah, she really doesn't ask for anything. Which is I'm grateful for, by the way. I know some men pulling their hair out or what's left of their hair out because the wife wanted to be like George Jetson wife and take the whole wallet and not a few dollars. So, but yeah, I do what I can to, and I don't do it just because I do it because I want to, but I'm investing into, my marriage, because, I got to do life with this person. One day our kids are going to be grown. Yeah. They're going to be out with their own spouses and their own kids. And then it's just going to be me and her. And everything that I didn't do when we were younger is going to show later, or everything she didn't do when she was younger is going to show later. We're building for something right now when we do that amongst ourselves. And again, it doesn't take away from being a parent. It doesn't take away from being present with the kids. But at the same time, it's a necessity because, again, mom and dad come before the kids. So we make sure that we prioritize one another. Mm-hmm. We do our date nights, our kids, and they don't really get in the way.
No.
They understand.
Yeah.
They do. Like, they don't bother me and Marquita here. They don't bother us. After a certain time of the day or the evening time, they don't bother us.
Yep.
Hey, if it's time to go to bed, we shut it down. If our door shut, they don't come bother us.
Yep.
They don't come bother us. I'm just being honest, right? Because mom and dad need mom and dad time. Whether it's just us having a conversation. And again, folks, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff on this channel as time goes on. So I'm just being honest, okay? Because it's a lot of marriages in trouble right now, and a lot of it is because they're, husbands and wives are not prioritizing each other, and they're putting everything before one another, including their kids. Like, you should not be putting your kids before you. I shouldn't be putting my kids before you. You shouldn't be putting the kids before me. Mm-hmm. Again, we love the kids very, very much, and we want them to take as much as they possibly can from what we have to teach them, but we also want them to see that once they're grown and they have their own spouses and they have their own kids, they'll remember mom and dad made sure that they took care of one another, but they also took care of us in the process, but they never put us before them.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of marriages unfortunately come to an end because, they don't prioritize one another. Mm-hmm. So, but again, love, we do want to encourage you to love your children with all of your heart, but, just don't make them your everything. Like, she's my everything. Okay? And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I feel the same.
Yeah,
same. Say it. I need to hear it.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're everything.
That's right. Say it again. Say it one more time into the mic.
I did talk to the mic.
Talk to the mic.
I said you are everything.
To who?
To you. To me.
To me, to you, me. I'm just saying, that's just how we feel. And that's not something that we're doing here on camera. This is a genuine feeling of how we thank you. This is why I'll get her nails done. She can't even push a button. Anyway, that's not just here on camera. That's off camera too.
Yeah.
You know, we're very, very affectionate towards one another. We spend a whole lot of time together. I wish we could spend even more time together in the future, Lord willing. That'll be something that does happen, of course. But yeah. So, I mean, we didn't really want to come on here and take up too much time. We wanted to put this piece of content out just to get out here for you all, for you parents out there, you married parents, to remember to prioritize your marriages over your parenting. Again, this isn't saying neglect your kids or, you know, kick your kids to the curb. You know, no, take care of your children, but at the same time, you know, just be there.
Yep, that's all you need to do.
Just be there.
Yep.
And for one another, because it's just going to be you and your spouse at the end of the day. So is there anything you want to say to close this out?
No, we are happy to come back. Like I said earlier, we are going to make more content episodes of this podcast that we decided to do a year ago. So we are going to continue to do it, if it's once a week or once every other week, whenever we can figure out a schedule time. So yeah.
Okay. Well, folks, that's going to do it. I mean, at least one episode a week. You can expect that. You know, we are on social media as well. Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, we'll put all the links in the description box.
Yeah. Do we have a Facebook or no?
No.
Oh, we don't have a Facebook. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to go that far. I mean, we can. Well, why not? Everyone else does.
Yeah, so might as well.
Why not?
That would be up real soon, too.
Yes.
And then maybe, what they call it? The podcast they'd be on Spotify. Maybe we were thinking about that early, like last year.
Yeah,
to put that up,
that could be.
so.
That's easy because all we got to do is just extract the audio from
Yeah.
this.
So
on there.
that'd be like in the future.
Yeah. So you know, you got to crawl before you can walk, of course. So, all right, folks. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit here with us and listen to us babble. I think we went a little bit over the scheduled time in which we were going to use. Thank you again for your support. Thank you for your patience. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like. Comment down below so we can dialogue with you all. Any last words?
No, that's about it that I'll say.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.